Hi, my name is Vicki Demert, and as we continue our series on shame and guilt, I'm going to walk us through the question of how do I deal with my guilt in the light of Christ. So with guilt, we've actually committed an offense. We've broken God's law, and so what do we do when we're guilty? The first thing to do, it's actually pretty hard. I acknowledge my need and my limitations. I can't do enough to atone or pay for or correct or make right what I have done wrong. The temptation is to minimize, justify, explain away, or defend what we've done. But doing those things doesn't bring life. It doesn't bring freedom. Although there are many times in which I have been guilty, there are a few times that stand out more than others. One of those times was about 9 years ago. My husband and I were getting relicensed to do foster care. And in that process, that was during a time when I was really struggling with panic and anxiety, and I was diagnosed with generalized panic disorder. And during the process, the licensing worker was asking about mental health issues, and I answered those questions in a way that minimized and kind of downplayed the depth of the struggle. And after that discussion, my anxiety, ironically, kind of started to increase, and I was getting more and more anxious about actually being licensed. And through a conversation with a friend, we were exploring kind of what is causing this anxiety. And she was drawing me out what happened in this conversation about how I didn't say the full truth about the depth of my struggle came out. And she was asking me how I felt about it, and I couldn't put words to it. And finally she said, "Vicki, it sounds to me like you feel guilty." And as soon as she said that, I was like, yes, I am guilty. I withheld truth. I hid something. I essentially lied. And the crazy thing was, at the same time, I was flooded with hope and relief because I knew that there was a solution that was given and provided for me. And so 1 John 1:9 came to mind. If we confess our sins, he's faithful and just to forgive us, and he will purify us from all unrighteousness. And so I was able to go. I got into the car and I confessed to God and asked for his forgiveness. And then I was able to call the licensing worker and give her the full depth of the struggle and all the information I thought she needed to know to make an informed decision about relicensing us. We have the freedom to confess. And the result of confession is freedom and life. And although difficult, we can walk freely in confession because God is faithful to forgive and to justify and to purify us from all unrighteousness. And that forgiveness and that truth is secure through what Christ accomplished on the cross.